What's up, man? What's up with y'all boys, man? This is another video about Saints Row. And this video gonna be kind of like an interesting video about Saints Row. This is not gonna be no, like, you know what I'm saying, talking about anything like this. Like, I'm not talking about no Saints Row reboot. But I'm gonna be talking about, like, characters, if, like the original, like, people that was in the Saints and Saints Row 1, and, like, you know, if they were still in the Saints and Saints Row 2, how it would be. Like, you know, Dix and stuff like that. And that's the first person I'm gonna get into. If Dix was still in the Saints and Saints Row 2. And I think Dix was actually supposed to be cool with the Saints. Not like being in the Saints, but like I think it was supposed to be like I guess like player and Dix become somewhat cool. Like um like in Saints Row 2, because Dix was like, he go start talking to you about some new plant type stuff and how you need to go and take it down or some stuff like that. So I think they was gonna originally make it where Dix was gonna be cool with you in Saints Row 2, not like for joining the Saints. But it would have been interesting if Diggs did stay in the Saints. You know what I'm saying? Especially like if Pierce was still gonna be in the Saints and Saints Row 2, him and Pierce going back and forth on who playing this right and who playing this setup better, you know what I'm saying, and which plan will lead less risk of this and less risk of that. You know, I feel like it would have been interesting. And you know, people was like Dick's style changed a lot since, like, then RPG said that Dick's style changed a lot since the first game. But to be honest, Dix was just wearing that auto uniform. If he was still in the Saints, I think he still would have been dressing fly and still would have been dressing clean like he usually do. You know what I'm saying? You know, with chains on and stuff like that. I just feel like for his job, he had to dress more, you know what I'm saying, appropriate for his job and not trying to dress with all this, you know, other stuff. For the most part, yeah, I feel like Dix would have been cool. I feel like Dix probably would have been his own little leader of his own group. You know, kind of like, you know, since like if you're an OG Saint in Saints Row 2, you basically like a top dog. So he would have probably been like the third top dog and stuff like that, right? You know, I don't know if Johnny and Player would still be listening to Dix's plans. They probably would have listened to Dix's plan since they did in Saints Row 1. They probably wouldn't be listening to his plans at all since they got more ownership over the Saints. Now, they probably would have still been doing their own thing and still would have been throwing Dix, you know what I'm saying, stuff to the side. Or they probably could have been using Dix and Pierce's plan to decide on which one they wanted to do. That would have been interesting too. And I feel like if Dix stayed in the Saints and didn't get too overheated, they probably wouldn't treat Pierce the way they treated Pierce in Saints Row 2. So, like, I'm like adding these characters back to the Saints add some differences. Okay, now moving on. We got oh yeah, and Dix probably would have been focusing on the Brotherhood, since they like are like I said, they're basically the Lost Carnage. So he would have been just focusing on the Brotherhood, right? Okay, moving on. We got Lynn. Now Lynn, she probably I'm like the gang that would have fit Lynn, or like Lynn, just the way she dressed and the way she was. I feel like the Ronin would have fit Lynn very well in Saints Row 2. And to be honest, Lynn probably would have still been acting like, you know what I'm saying, still probably would have been acting with bitchy and stuff like that. You know how she is, you know. And for the most part, she probably would have been, you know, everybody fit change up a little bit. So I say Lynn probably be wearing something like, you know, she probably wears something sexy and it's like purple or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, with probably some type earrings in, you know. And, you know, she'll probably be doing the Ronin arc. I don't think she would have played undercover though. Why would she be undercover? You know, and I feel like when it come to Dunny would have been moved to the Ronin, because like you know, the Ronin into fast cars and stuff like that and bikes and stuff like that. Lynn probably would have been riding bikes. Probably seen some cut scenes to show what she's really about and how good she is at what she do. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Dunny probably would have been moved to like the Ronin, fixing up on their cars and stuff like that instead of being in the Brotherhood. But who knows completely? You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, I think she would have fit very well though. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she would have fit very well. And if Shunny was in there, I don't know how she would have felt about Shunny. Like maybe she would have been like kind of how Johnny was. Like she didn't really talk or like associate herself with like some of the saints. Like she didn't associate like talk to Shunny like that and stuff like that. Like she just kind of stayed distance to her own self. We even started in Saints Row 1, like out of all the other Saints, like Lynn was kind of distant off like to her own self. Okay, now moving on. We got my favorite one. My favorite one. Julius. Bro, if Julius was still in the Saints, that nigga would have probably changed a lot of things. Like, the whole storyline would have been different. Player and Johnny would have still been listening to Julius. And shoot, they probably could have got rearranged on what games they would have been working on. Johnny would have probably been working on the Sons of Sunday. Like you know what I'm saying? Especially if Lynn got the Ronin. If Lynn got the Ronin, Johnny would have probably working on the Sons of Sunday since they kind of resemble the Vice Kings. So he would have been working on the Sons of Sunday. And like Lynn probably, like I said, she would have been working on the Ronin. And Player, he just go be the nigga that knock out all the games. So it would have been, the plot would have been probably more similar to Saints Row 1 once again and stuff like that. And then we know what happens with the altar type stuff, right? Okay, now that'll be interesting though. Or maybe they can make it where like Julius retired and like he just got protection. And I ain't gonna lie, if they did go with the retired type style for Julius, Julius probably would have died in Saints Row 2. Probably like by some gangs killing him or some stuff like that. But like if Julius wasn't a snake, I would want Julius to die in a way more respectful way in Saints Row 2. Like probably not like I don't want him to die by the I don't want him to die by the Brotherhood. They too disrespectful with their deaths, like when they kill people. Like he'll probably die by like somebody like Mr. Sunshine, cause like I feel like they'll fit like somebody that would try to kill Julius. So they'll be interesting. And when it came to Julius dressing style, I say Julius probably be having a golden pimp cane or something like that with some purple on him. Probably with a couple gold chains. You know how Julius was. So yeah, Julius probably be more laid back and definitely have a more pimped out dress style to him. Probably with a couple rings on his finger and stuff like that. Cause you know how Julius liked it to dress. But yeah, for the most part, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Like they would have been it would have been pretty interesting if some of the crew from Saints Row 1, like instead of just Johnny, more people still cool or still alive to be in the Saints, like Lynn. Cause I feel like the Ronin storyline would have fit Lynn very well with the katanas, even the type of guns they use. Same thing. Like I feel like I don't know. I know I know why they gave the Ronin storyline to Johnny since the Ronin was yellow and the Vice Kings was yellow. I see why they gave it to him, but for the most part, I feel like what I'm saying, he would have fit the Sons of Sunday better. Now, that means Shundy and that means Shundy and Johnny would have probably been with it with the Sons of Sunday. And that means that Lynn would have been it. Or no, maybe Lynn and Shundy. Maybe, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. If some of these characters were still in the Saints, I don't even think they would have a Shundy Pierce, because they'll basically take their spot, right? Lynn would take Shundy's spot. Who knows? Maybe they would have still added them in just to add some freshness to the crew, right? But yeah, that would have been pretty interesting, bro. Like, how y'all feel about this in the comments? If Lynn was still alive in Saints Row 2, or if Dix was still cool with the Saints, or if you know what I'm saying, Julius was still a part of the Saints and he was still giving orders. How y'all feel how things would go? Let me know in the comments. I'm out.